An Indian army captain walked across the tarmac after the passing out parade, dropped to one knee, and proposed to his longtime girlfriend. There was a helicopter in the background. There were cheers and photographs from friends and colleagues. There was, by all accounts, a young couple celebrating a milestone. But because this is India, a controversy was born. India has a peculiar relationship with its armed forces. The ideal Indian soldier, at least in the public imagination, is to exist in a permanent state of duty. He is brave but never playful, patriotic but somehow detached from the ordinary joys and anxieties of life. He can stand guard on a glacier, he can fight a war, he can die for the country. But laughing, loving, flirting, that too publicly, is just not acceptable. That will lead to an internet debate, and even the army sought an explanation. The internet's objections were as old as time. How could an army officer use a helicopter as a backdrop? Was the uniform being misused? Has professionalism being sacrificed at the altar of social media? India's adoration of the armed forces has a curious strain of moral puritanism that elevates military personnel into national icons and then resents them for behaving like ordinary people. Military service already demands more from an individual than most professions ever will. Long postings away from home, missed birthdays and anniversaries, frequent relocations, and the possibility that a routine phone call may one day become life altering news. We invoke them in election speeches, deploy them as characters in nationalistic movies, and summon their sacrifices whenever patriotism needs theatrical reinforcement. Yet, the moment one of them acts just remotely human, the public reacts as though a sacred covenant has been violated. We have turned soldiers into stained glass figures. There is a saying, on the highest throne in the world, we still sit only on our own bottom. This is a reminder that no office, however exalted, abolishes human nature. Yet, India's relationship with the military often demands precisely that abolition. The uniform must consume the individual, and the institution must eclipse a person. This burden does not stop with soldiers themselves. It extends to their wives, husbands, children, and parents. Military families are expected to embody a kind of permanent public virtue. Society demands that they must be dignified but not expressive. Just see how the new Navy chief, Admiral Krishna Swaminathan's daughter and wife, were castigated for flaunting tattoos at his swearing in. The army took cognizance of the matter and relayed to the young officer that he had violated several rules while posing with the chopper. The army also has a clear stance against using military equipment for their social media posts. There are, of course, questions of protocol in any institution, especially the armed forces, but this prudishness is a bit far-fetched. They should be lenient because it's 2026 and social media is a part of life. More than that, having fun should not invite criticism. Even retired officers have agreed. The captain and his fiancée were being judged as custodians of an ideal, not as individuals. And Indians are notoriously demanding custodians of their ideals. Soldiers must carry the burden of national defense and even our fantasies about discipline, masculinity, sacrifice, and patriotism. We expect them to be braver than us, stronger than us, more restrained than us, and place them on a pedestal. Then we complain when they behave like the rest of us. The result is a form of admiration so excessive that it becomes dehumanizing. Which is why maybe it is easier to love an ideal than a person. Ideals do not age, make mistakes, fall in love, or seek happiness. People do. And India's self-appointed guardians of military virtue might have become incapable of recognizing simple joy. A proposal on a parade ground is not a constitutional crisis. Sometimes a helicopter is just a helicopter. But in this case, the Chetak helicopter is a museum relic. The real outrage from the prudes of the internet should have been against our officers still flying one of these. This is Stella from ThePrint.